11 items European settlers traded with Native Americans. 1. Kettles. Brass kettles were an instant hit with Native Americans. They completely replaced bark and clay pots. Kettles were traded separately. They were packed in nests to fit easily into a canoe. After they became scrap, the natives recycled the metal. They made projectile points for spears and arrows. 2. Knives. Metal knives were very valuable. Some were worn in sheaths on the belt for immediate use. Pocket knives were also very popular, but the most prized were skinning and carving knives. 3. Axes. Iron axes came in different sizes and shapes. They were shipped to the wintering posts in wooden crates. Handles were made and installed by the natives. The hand axe was a multi-purpose survival tool. 4. Steel traps. Steel traps appeared in the West in the 1790s. They were used to catch beavers, martens, mink, foxes, and wolves. The natives were slow to adopt the use of steel traps. They considered the contraption too heavy to carry around. The steel trap industry was started by Sewell Newhouse. He turned out handmade traps from axe heads and files. 5. Blankets. Before the arrival of Europeans, natives used animal skins and furs, but wool blankets offered several advantages. Skins remain wet for a long time, but wool dries quicker and doesn't smell when wet. 6. Firearms. Guns didn't replace bows and arrows. For a long time, arrows were quiet and lightweight. They were also rust and waterproof. The flintlock musket was noisy and difficult to repair. However, natives liked guns because of the noise they made. This had an intimidating effect on their enemies. 7. Silver. Trade silver was made by silversmiths. Gifts of silver were presented and traded to Native Americans. Silver jewelry became very popular in indigenous communities. It became a symbol of friendship and alliance. 8. Beads. Beads became important articles of trade in the late 1600s. Most of them were made in Italy, at Murano. They were of many varieties. Different beads suited the preferences of various tribes. Northwest Indians considered blue beads most valuable. Southern Indians preferred white beads. 9. Wax candles. Native Americans made torches out of birch bark, twigs, river canes, etc. But they weren't as efficient as candles. Native torches burned out too fast. They weren't easy to transport in large quantities. Wax candles quickly became a valuable trade item. 10. Clay pipes. Trade pipes were typically made of kaolin. Interestingly, clay pipes were a native invention. The Spanish brought them to Europe, along with tobacco. This fashion spread to England. By the 1500s, the British pipe-making industry was huge. Settlers brought British-made pipes to America. Native tribes were eager to trade fur for them. 11. Textiles. Broadcloth, flannel, gartering, gloves, laced hats, handkerchiefs. All these goods were in very high demand. French traders even introduced silk to Native Americans. Needles and thread, as well as twine, were also traded. These goods created a rich tradition of native blankets and tapestries.